What's going on, guys? Bill's here from AchievementLand, and I'm here with an achievement review for Overcooked 2. This game is developed by Ghost Town Games and published by Team 17. Just released onto the Xbox One yesterday, August 7, 2018, for a price of $24.99. This is a great game. It's a sequel to an awesome game that already came out on the Xbox, and it's a lot better now because it has online co-op and you can play up to 4 players, which is really awesome. And the achievements work a lot better in this game than they did in the first one. You can unlock the achievements for like 3-star in all the worlds in other people's worlds. The only thing is you don't get progress in your own game, but I'll go over that more later. So we got 26 achievements. This first one here, complete a level by doing all the recipes in order. You want to do this as much as you can, do the recipes in order, because you get a bonus for doing them in order. You get like a ×2 tip and stuff. For this one, just use the fire extinguisher. It's going to happen at some point where you're going to have a fire, but you can even just make a fire, let something overcook. Beat the tutorial, get 3 stars on the world number 1. There's 6 different worlds you got to get 3 stars on. I'll show you how to use the emotes. They're very easy to use. Go through portals 75 times. There's portals in, I think it's world 4, 3, whatever. Just, yeah, the 3. And then just keep going in and out, back and forth. You'll probably get that achievement just playing normally. Throw 100 ingredients into a cooking pot. You could just do this, like pick a level. And even when you're going through the verses in arcade, you can get a lot of these done. Because you have to play 15 party games, 15 arcade, and then 15 verses. For the arcade, you could just idle if you want. You don't have to win them. You just play them and let them finish 15 times. And then for the verses, you actually have to win 10 of them, and you have to have a second controller you play against, or you play someone online. Toss 500 items. The switches on the map, this is when you're like playing the game and you're opening up the world. They're pretty easy to find. They're just on the ground. You run them over, and then it opens up. Deliver every type of meal. Just make every meal just playing through the game. 3 stars on level 6. That's the last world in the game. There's 6 worlds, and then you complete the game. Win 10 versus mode. While you're doing this, you can go for other stuff like chopping items or throwing them in the bin, that's where you like dispose of them. Or you can catch. You just throw them to your other guy back and forth. Just keep catching them. Then you just finish 15. 3 stars on the hidden levels. There's 8 different hidden levels in this game, and they unlock as you play through. If you might not have unlocked some, that means you didn't get a good enough score, and it's one of the levels near the hidden level, but I'll go over that more anyway. Too many cooks as you play through the game. Beat all the games, beat all the hidden levels, you unlock all the cooks. And then your last achievements will be washing 300 dishes and making 1,000 meals. And I'll show you how to do those, good places to do those when you're done. So yeah, you're going to unlock chefs. We got all different chefs you can pick from. And yeah, just going through the game and getting 3 stars and beating all the hidden levels, you'll get all of them. This is arcade and versus. Arcade, you could just play 15. You could just let it idle if you want, and then it will finish 15. And then versus, you actually have to play because you got to win 10 of them. And you can get stuff done while you're doing it. Just do a second controller. So let's go over the story. Let's show you the map here. It branches out as you play. Go through. There's the tutorial world. This world here, 1-1, is the one you want to do for the meals, 1,000 meals. Just play the first level over and over again because you can make a really easy meal. Just do that. There's 6 levels on each of the areas. These are the switches, that yellow thing on the ground. You'll see the switches all around, and that's how you open up like these ramps. There's also these Kevin. These are the hidden worlds. Kevin 6. There's Kevin 1 through 8. You got to play them all and beat them. Now there was 2 of the hidden worlds that I didn't have open after I finished the game and had 3 stars and everything. So let me show you those 2 hidden worlds. This was one of them right here to the dog bone. Now I didn't have it open and I wasn't sure I'd open it. Now you have to know it's one of these worlds around it, but it's actually this one. So you get a higher score on this one and it will open it up. Now there's another one that I don't have open in my world. It's this one right here. And to open this one, you have to beat 6-4, the one on the right side of the screen, and get a better score. And the thing is, I had the 7 hidden levels done, and I went to my friend's game, and I just finished this one, and I got the achievement. So that's the way it works. You can go into someone else's world and get the achievement for stuff you're missing, but it's not going to open up the hidden world in my game. So let me show you the game. I'm not going to go over it that much. Most people should know the game by now, but just a brief overlook of the game. Usually, if you're playing solo, you'll have 2 people, and you switch back and forth between them. Or you can play with friends online. Right now I'm playing with a friend online. You know, you have to cook, you have to cut up the ingredients and then cook them, and then you have to make orders, and then you have to put them into the machine at the bottom right. All the levels are different. They do crazy things. Like this one, it turns around. You might get locked out of an area. But it's a really fun game. You have to be careful not to overcook things. Just watch the bars. It's really easy to get high scores in this one. You could do the whole game solo. Just make sure you do the orders. Do them in order. Do them left to right. You get points. You get more points if you do that. You see at the bottom left it says ×2. It's because I did them in order. It keeps going up every time you do it in order. But if you miss an order, like you take too long, it will mess it up. Or if you do one out of order, it will mess it up as well. But some of them you don't even need to do it in order. Like the high scores are pretty lenient in this game. There's nothing really hard to do. And it seemed like they didn't even go up when you play with more people. I think the way that it's harder is that the orders like disappear faster instead of the score going higher. But yeah, all the scores are doable in solo, and they're just even easier when you play with friends. It's kind of better to play with 2 or maybe 3. I mean, 4 can get a little hectic. You just have maybe like in the way, but it is a lot more fun when you play with other people. And when it comes to playing with other people, you just go to your main menu and you press Y, and then you can invite people. Just hit A and then invite party to game. Or you can go to their name. After you send an invite and they accept it, it should show up in your crew and your bus. Alright, so another thing I wanted to go over is some of the levels as you go out through the game. The ones that tell you like new recipes, the time doesn't start until you put in your first order. So you can actually prep up a lot of stuff beforehand and then start the game going once you put your first order in. Like me and my friend here, we have so many orders, we set it all up. The only thing is the plates, so you have to wash the plates and then put all the orders in. And if you do that, you're gonna kill the score by a lot. Like, see, it was 660 and we got 1100 more than we needed. But there's only a few levels throughout the game where you can do that, but it's a good little tip to make it easier. Now this is the arcade mode. I like to pick the first area. It's gonna give you a random map in the first area. It's not always the same one, but yeah, you go to arcade, go to couch, and then you can pick the areas you want. The sushi one usually has like the easiest levels to work on. But yeah, see, I have the bottom right, I have some of my achievements open. As you can see, the achievements actually track, so which is good. You could leave the trackers open, and as you're doing these, like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to win, you just have to play. So you can do stuff like throwing these in the pot, because there's some grindy achievements, but it's not that hard to do. And like, you throw these in the pot, and then you can just throw them in the garbage, and you're doing 2 things at once. You can go for the hot pot shot. That's for throwing these in. And then there's also for an achievement for disposing 99 items in the garbage. Now, it's kind of weird how some of these achievements work. I mean, it seems like the tracker won't go up until the level finishes, but if you're about to pop the achievement, it will pop in the middle of the match. Now, I got that one now. Now there's other stuff you can work on, like chopping. There's 800 chopping, so you can just have you and your other guy just chop, and then you can throw them in the garbage after. You can do it on the other levels too. There's good spots, like you can just throw them in the garbage if you're doing this, or throw them in the pot here, or chop them over here. There's a bunch of stuff you can do while you're going through these and just get some of the grinds out of the way. They're really not that long to do. They go pretty quick. But it will give you something to do while you're going through the 15 arcade games. You get yourself an achievement and you can work towards the grinds. And then it's the same thing for the other mode versus, but like I said, you actually have to win them, and you have to plug in the second controller. So for this one, you just want to make sure that you put some orders in, and you can work towards, some other achievements. There's the toss one, which is the one I'm working on now, and that's just for throwing stuff. So you can like pick up stuff and just throw them, or you can just throw them to your partner in the middle. Do that a bunch of times. And he can cut them up and just cook some mortars while you're here, and because you want to get some points, so to make sure you win, because you got to win 10 versus at least, and you got to play 15. So that's pretty much it. The last few things I'm going to go over is just the washing the dishes. This level here is a really good level to do it on, 5-1. You can actually just put the dishes right into where the orders go with nothing on them, and they'll get dirty. And this level is really good because the thing's right here and the sink's right next to it. So you put them in, they're going to come out dirty right here. Just take them and then put them in the sink and wash them. And just keep doing this over and over again. And like I said, the tracker works, so you can have the tracker open and just keep working on these. But the tracker doesn't go up until the level is finished. Now the final thing, which is going to be your last achievement, is make 1,000 meals. Sounds daunting, but it's really not that bad. All you need to do is just go to this one, the first level, 1-1, and the orders are very easy. It's just one ingredient orders. You just cut them up, put them on a plate, and put them in, and just keep doing that. It shouldn't take that long, and you'll get your last achievement. But that's going to be it, guys. This game is on the Xbox Marketplace now if you want to pick it up. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out, and stay tuned for more videos here at AchievementLand.